Hello, everybody. It's Jack, and per this yearly tradition of a top 10, we present you a top 10. Needless to say, this is my own list, my own ranking. Uh, there's no stipulations for this except it's any figure I got this year. Um, so, without further ado, let's get to it. Starting off this top 10, we have Megatronus Prime. Um, Solid figure all around, fantastic robot mode with articulation to boot. He looks great next to the primes. The only downside is really his tank mode, but I don't think that's understated. Just a solid figure all around and looks phenomenal next to Solus Prime. Next up at number 9, we have the Doom and Destruction 2-pack with Bludgeon and Ruckus, specifically the Bludgeon figure. Fun fact, this is the version of Bludgeon I was introduced to first as a kid, not the Skull version that we all know from today. So when it came around to getting the Legacy version, I was very hopeful we would get a version of this design. Very happy to say that we did, and it just fulfills a childhood recognition spot in my brain. And at number 8, I'm gonna have to give it to Nacelle. Um, just a all around solid figure. It's the Siege Seeker mold. The glory of this mold is stated enough. It was just one of those eye catching color schemes that really drew me to this character or this figure. So when they did the reissue, I knew I had to jump on it. Just a case of fulfilling a collector's itch in my mind. And here at number 7, we have Age of the Primes Wasp. Um, Already like this mold, thought this deco fits so much better, and I honestly think he wears it better than Bumblebee. Um, just a fun fidget figure to transform back and forth, very posable. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for the Black Convoy effect, and the fact that we got it for Bumblebee this year with Wasp just is really cool to me. And speaking of the Black Convoy effect, here at number 6 we have Flatline, a figure I was very put off with at first because I felt the joint tolerances were a little too tight. But the more I got to messing with it, the joints loosened up over time, and I really saw the appeal of this figure. Now, I never picked up Animated Red Alert, but I definitely am considering getting it now because I just really adore how this figure turned out. And starting at the top 5, we have Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. I'm considering these both as reissues because that's essentially what they are, especially for Sunstreaker. Um, but I was just thoroughly impressed with the transformation for Sunstreaker. As never having the mold before, it's very creative in how it achieves the Lamborghini Countach mold, um, and the fact that these two have such varying transformations and they still look very similar in alt mode, is what really impressed me the most. And this is also, you noticing a trend, a case of satisfying a collector itch. I don't know what to tell you, man. These 86 characters, the designers have been really knocking out of the park, and they look fantastic next to each other, especially with the 86 commanders coming up. And here at number 4, we have the 86 Constructicons or 86 Devastator. Um, Individually, I think the bots are a mixed bag. A couple of the figures suffered a little more than others, but just overall, as an experience, I personally enjoyed the thrill of the hunt of finding these guys in the wild, especially because I found most of them in the wild except for Long Haul and Hook. Those two I had to order online, but there was just something so fulfilling about finally having all these guys put together. Um, and for some reason, Devastator was like the character of the year for me for a solid few months. Um, so a little biased there, but 86 Devastator sitting next to Menosaur just has me so excited for what they're cooking up for Bruticus next year. And at the number 2 and number 3 spot, we have 86 Commander Optimus Prime and 86 Leader Megatron. I could not decide which of these two I loved more. Um, just the mind's eye of these characters, fleshed out in toy form, just made these two so fun to mess with. They sat on my desk for months. I could not leave them alone. Megatron really impressed me. 86 Prime, I mean, he's just the best mainline Prime we've gotten in years, and just these two sitting next to each other just reek so much energy, and just an unbelievable pairing this year. And my number 1 pick goes to Age of the Prime Skybite. probably to the surprise of many of you. I was so stoked to hear that this character was getting remade for Age of the Primes in 2025, and I knew that this is a figure that if I walked out with just one figure this year, it would have been Skybite. Um, some of you may know I'm studying marine biology, so this is right up my alley, and I love sharks. This is, I did a whole Instagram like post a story thing trying to discern what kind of shark this is because, it's really hard to discern because he's probably based on a great white, but he just proportionally just doesn't match up. I obsessed over this figure for a long time. The transformation isn't perfect, but I grew to really get to the hang of it, and I love it. The shark mode is so expressive, for as it should be. It's Skybite. In that robot mode, there's just something regal, so regal about his alt mode. A couple years back, I made a joke about respecting royalty when I got Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, and the same applies here. We respect the sea royalty. And with that, that's the top 10 figures of 2025. There are definitely some honorable mentions. I just finished the trio of Coneheads. They almost made it on the top 10. Also, the Nemesis from that 4-pack was an honorable mention as well. But I'm happy with this group, and I'm happy with this selection of figures. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have differing picks? Do you think my list is trash? Do you think it's good? Do you agree, disagree? All the things in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm sorry this is a longer video, especially for Instagram. If you stuck around all the way through, I really, really appreciate it. And hope to see you guys very soon, especially with the Christmas special. I am making it.